updates on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akiri-Jola joins us. Good morning, Aaron. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. Good morning to you, Aya. Good morning to you, Doctor. Let's get it started. Of course, no better place to start off today's stories than from the Euros. The gift that keeps giving. As a matter of fact, it's overtaking quite a number of sporting events around the world. And yesterday, Joe Bellingham actually produced a moment to remember in this Euros with that particular overhead kick to salvage the hopes of England getting into the quarterfinals and also save the blushes and also the job of Gareth Southgate. They trailed for most of the game, but in the late embers of the game, he had a poor game, but that overhead kick probably wrote off all the wrongs in that particular game with Harry Kane actually doing that. Because this particular one will go down in folklore history in England. Okay, moving away from that quickly, let's talk about Spain. And Spain are another team in the Euro 2024 that have actually shown great impetus. And they are looking like the team in form. And yesterday they had to come from behind thanks to Rodri actually roaring back, literally man of the match performance from him to actually set up what is looking like a blockbuster quarterfinals fixture. It will now be Germany, the host, going against the most informed team in this tournament. That kind of about the La Fura of Spain in the quarterfinals. Quite mouth-watering. Everyone seems to be excited about that one. While England have set up quarterfinal meeting with the Swiss. So let's see how that one plays out. Quickly away from that, looking at fixtures for today, results actually were England 2, Slovakia 1, Spain 4, Georgia 1. And today, Portugal will also be in action. And they'll be hoping that they can actually put themselves together, having had a mixed tournament. And also France will be taking on Belgium. And that is the game of the tie. So let's see how things actually play out there. Quickly moving away from that, let's talk about the Copa America. Of course, Mexico actually out of the Copa America. They needed a win, but they could not actually engineer a win. So now looking at the quarterfinals, Venezuela will be taking on Canada. Argentina will be taking on Ecuador. Ecuador themselves survived the massive scare against Mexico, and now they will actually play the defending champions, Argentina. Away from the Copa America to Formula One, and one man, George Russell, actually helped his team, talking about the Mercedes team, to a massive win at the Austria Grand Prix. As it stands right now, it is the first victory for Mercedes since the Brazilian Grand Prix in Interlagos in 2022. Of course, there was a collision between Lando Norris and Max Verstappen. Verstappen is still leading in the driver's standing as he speaks. Away from that, Wimbledon begins today.
All England Club.
The most prestigious tennis event in the Grand Slam calendar begins today. The All England Club will be hosting this particular one, and one man will be serving off today, talking about the defending champion Carlos Alcaraz. Later on today, he will be in action. He's going to be going against a qualifier, an Estonia qualifier, Mark Lanja. And two more things before I actually open the floor quickly. First of all, now let's talk about the fact that the issue about Bronny James being drafted in the 2024 draft of the NBA is still raising quite a lot of hair, because when you look at it, LeBron James and his son will be playing a very, very remarkable one. But people are saying that is this star power here because scouts have said Bronny James is not good enough, he's not NBA material, but because he has a high-profile father. That was Bronny James when he was probably 3. And look at him right now with his father. And they will be sharing center court, all right, in Los Angeles together. This is Deion Sanders and his son. So people are saying this is not unique to LeBron James and his son, that this has been happening in sports since forever. And quickly, the Federations Cup actually happened over the weekend with El Canemi Warriors winning and also Rivers Angels. And finally, I had to bring this one in. 2 days ago, the news came in that CAS has actually given the all clear to Toby Amusan. We must actually state that. Of course, in the other landmark ruling, so Toby Amusan has been cleared by the Court of Appreciation for Sports, triumphing in a significant anti-doping battle with the IAU.
Very good.
In your face.
In your face. Some people are not that lucky. You know, I have remembrance for what happened to Blessing Okagbare,
Yeah.
but I'm happy Toby has been cleared. But as regards the race, I think the strategy was what really caused Verstappen, where he had a second pit stop. As he went on box, I knew it was going to be a problem. He got into the pit stop. As he got out of it, they had issues with changing the tire. He wasted some time. Afterwards, as he came out, Lando Norris was already 0.7 seconds behind him.
Yeah.
And guess what? Lando Norris had 3 DRSs. So he had whirled out this man's tire, Verstappen's tire. So it was already a disaster waiting to happen. And that's why you see that George Russell took the day in the Austrian Grand Prix. It was a very good race. As at that place where he did that piece, when he had box, he was leading the race at the very start. So I think what the RB team, the Red Bull team, should look at more is strategy. Congratulations to England. I think they're very shaky. They might be able to
shaky,
scrap.
they are very poor.
They're very poor.
Very poor.
Poor, shaky, everything. I think they might be able to scrap through Switzerland once again, but that Swiss team.
They will need to dig deep.
The likes of the Mambolo, those guys are not joking at
Granit
all.
Xhaka and the likes.
Granit Xhaka and all of that. So let's just see Jordan Shaqiri on a good day. He can,
Yes.
the Asian, the European Rooney, the European Messi as they call him, So let's just see how it pans out. But the Euro tournament generally has been sort of like lackluster to me.
Lackluster?
Yeah, I'm not
Why
seeing
I
that-
beg to differ.
Apart from different teams like Germany, Spain, I'm not seeing that top quality football that
Yes,
Herald
France,
That-
and some of them
Yeah,
have not
Let me
risen to
talk
the
about
party.
Slovakia because
Yeah.
the focus obviously is on England, Bellingham, and Harry Kane, whose
Yeah.
goal was not as historic as Bellingham's.
No.
But the truth is that Slovakia put up a good fight.
Yes, they did.
Defended that 25th minute goal, all through until Bellingham's goal. So I cannot imagine the disappointment for them, having to exit
were
into.
heartbroken.
Of course,
They
they'll be
were
heartbroken
heartbroken.
because it was almost in the bag for them, and then Bellingham just had to spoil that for them. But congratulations to them. I wanted to ask about Victor Osimhen. Maybe tomorrow we can discuss about that
Yeah.
because now they're saying that Manchester United too is coming forward. That there's a lot of news as to who's interested.
But the
Arsenal,
bottom line
Chelsea.
is this: Victor Osimhen is too expensive at the moment for any club to come to probably bring him into their fold.
Yeah.
They will need to lower their asking price. Talking about Napoli.
Yeah.
The big thing about Formula One is
Yes.
a rivalry between Lando Norris and Max Verstappen.
Verstappen, yeah.
And Lando Norris has been complaining that Verstappen was a bit too desperate. And it was as a result of his desperation that they had that collision by lap 64. Will it affect their friendship? It remains to be seen. England did not deserve the equalizer. They were saved by the bell.
They're literally saved by the bell.
Well, yeah, by Bellingham, but saved by the bell, nonetheless. But they didn't deserve it. At halftime, people were booing them. Even their own supporters were booing them. And if they had lost that match, Gareth Southgate's career as manager of England would have been on the line. They are meeting Switzerland next on Saturday.
Yeah.
Look at that match between Switzerland and Italy, the defending champions who were taken out. So England may just be disgraced on Saturday
No,
by
but the
Switzerland.
Italians, the Azuris were very average themselves on the day.
But they played better than Italy because they defended
yes,
and they controlled.
The Italians are not
the
good
midfield.
themselves.
By the way, your brother Anthony Joshua,
Yeah.
he has moved to his own house now.
Finally.
He has left North London.
He has left his mother's house. Just to put it into
His
context.
mom's house is in North London.
Yes.
So he
Yes,
has left the place. He has moved to his own place now ahead of the September 21 encounter with Du Bois. Finally, India, they are celebrating. They won the T20 World Cup in cricket, beating South Africa. So there's jubilation out there.